welcome to my workshop. So today I'm going to be setting up that little Mach 3 circuit board, little cheap Mach 3 circuit board that I bought off eBay actually, and I'm going to set it up to my CNC mini lathe that I converted. This is a Sieg, or in America it's called Harbor Freight. So it's a 4 by 21 inch. It's the largest of the mini lathes I think that you can get from Sieg or Harbor Freight. But they're a very good little lathe to do a conversion on. It's got a 500 watt motor on it, and I did some 15 or 16 videos on this, I think, converting it. Well, I robbed the expensive Mach 3 board out of it about 12 months ago, and of course this has been inactive until now. I've had sort of 5 minutes to plumb it in, so I'll show you how I've got it connected up. I'm only getting the stepper motors running in that today, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I'll just pop the camera inside here so you can have a look. Okay, so there's a couple of fans whirring away in here. There's one in here with the power supply, and there's one in the back here that's keeping everything nice and cool. So this is that cheap little board. I found out quite a bit about this board. You can purchase it off eBay or Banggood and several other places. Incidentally, there is below this video there is a 2.5% discount code for anything on Banggood. So if you want to buy one of these, use that discount code. Okay, so how this is connected up is in like two halves. This half here is the 5-volt side. Now, the way I've got it mounted in here, I always put a separate earth to the board itself, and that's the USB coming in from the computer, which is supplying the 5-volt as well. And because I'm running a lathe, I only require the X, that's the X there, step and direction, and the Z step and direction, and a 5-volt to the drivers. It's really as simple as that. Now, I've got the drivers set at 1200 or 1600, isn't it? Yeah, 1600 steps. So everything's set up nicely. These two here are the limit switches, which actually aren't connected up yet because this side of the board is a 24 volt DC side. So there's two halves to this board. There's a 5-volt side here, which is supplied by the computer, 5-volt. Then you're going to have a separate 24 volt to supply this side to the limit switches and quite a few other things. But I will only be using 2 limit switches on this. So it's a very simple arrangement for a Mach 3 board. I don't have a 24-hour power supply. I actually robbed it for something else. So I've got to pick one up next week. So that's why that side isn't working. But essentially what I want to do is tune the motors in and make sure that they work with this board. So let's have a look. Okay, so we've plugged that board in now to the computer. Now I'm just going to see if it works. It does, very slowly. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to speed the feed rate up here quite a bit. Take it up to about 200, I think. That's millimeters per minute. Take that up. Take this up. Okay. See if that's improved. A little bit. Not much. I'll just point the camera down. I'll just point the camera down to the lathe so you can see how not very quick that's moving. Okay, so I'll just jog that again so you can see it's not moving very quickly at all. That's flat out. Okay, so let's first of all do something about that. Let's see what the motor settings are. I'm actually using an old XP computer, a Hewlett & Packard. I think it's from, I think it's probably from 2000. It might be earlier than that actually. It might be a Windows 95 one, or 98. 98 I think it was originally. So it's fairly old, but it's had a new hard drive put in it and running XP. So let's open and have a look at what the ports and pins should be fine. Yeah, that's that. I did actually switch the y-axes off, and I did swap these around because they were moving in the wrong direction. Nothing else is required. Okay, so let's go back in here. Let's have a look at motor tuning. Okay, well, I know from experience that this probably needs to go up quite a bit more. So look, what X is, this is X, Y, they're the same. So let's have a look here. Steps per, we'll leave that a minute and we'll just raise this up to about, should we say 400. And this to, I will leave that as it is, I think, and save that, and we'll do the same for this, 400, leave that, save the axes, okay that. Let's see what difference that's made. That was a bit faster. Not fast enough though. Of course, the different size pitch of thread, I think. At least I think there is. Well, the pitch is a bit the same actually. It's just a different thread diameter. This is 12, I believe. Forgotten now. Yeah, that's 12, and this is 16, but the thread pitch is the same. So we'll alter those figures even more. So technically, the values should be the same in motor tuning. I'm going to put this up to 500. Oh, hang on. X 500. I'm going to put this up to 200. Save settings, Z, 500, 200, and we're just really getting rough figures in here to allow us to, well, tune them right in, but at a little bit of a quicker rate. Okay, let's try that. Oh, that's a little faster. Okay, we'll leave that. Let's just check to, hang on, let's see the... Okay, we got it at sort of a manageable rate now. Now let's see how accurately the axes are moving. So I'll zoom you in a little bit for this maybe. So I've got a square just on there. Okay, now I'm going to set the MDI in Mach 3 just to move a certain amount. So hang on, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so the MDI is here. This is manual data input. So okay, we've let's have a look. First of all, let's before I put anything in there, let's zero. We'll zero these. I'm only going to work on the Z at the moment. Okay, Z50, Z50. Now this should move that direction, that direction, 50 millimeters. Well, let's have a look. And this, of course, is very rough at the moment. So let's press enter. I'm still a bit slow, but we'll get there. I don't think this is going. No, this is. Well, it's saying it's 50 there, but it's way off. That's 30. Okay, so that's actually about 32 millimeters. So that's way off. So we'll have to do something about that. So what we do, what that's telling me actually, mode of tuning, that this probably, judging by that measurement of 32, this probably could go up to 400. Oh, what am I doing? I'm doing X, aren't I? No, I'm doing Z. I'll do the both one. That's 400. Save axis settings. We'll do the same to the X because it should be about the same. It'll be close. 400. Save axis. Okay, that. I'm going to move that axis back down and do the same process. Ask it to move 50 millimeters. Okay. So I'm just going to zero the DROs up there, and same process in the NDI. Manual data input, that stands for, by the way. Z50. Should move a little faster too, I think. Okay, here we go. Enter. It's a bit much. No, it's 60. 60. Oh, 63 and a half, 64. Okay, so we know that's a bit too much. Okay, I'm just going to alter those figures again. A lot of it's trial and error, but we'll get there in the end. Okay. Don't know whether my big head's in the way. But, that is 50.5. 50 and a half millimeter. That's pretty close. So okay. I'll just alter one more little setting. Okay, I played around with this now for the last half an hour off camera, and I've got it to 318 steps, and that seems to be, you know, within a couple of thou, without getting a DTI gauge on it. So I'll just show you, I'll test that and show you. I've brought you in a bit closer too, so we'll set that going now. So that's 50 millimeter, which is just shy of 2 inches. And you can see if I can do it without, it's pretty well there. And I'm sort of happy with that at the moment. Okay, so we've got, oh, let's take that off. So we've got this working reasonably. So we've got this operating now sort of fairly accurate. It's within 5 or so thou. So what I've got to do next now is get a DTI gauge on these two axes and dial it right in with that, and then put a piece of material in and sort of machine it and then mic it up, and then redial it in with that. So I think you get the gist of the process here, and well, there you go. Short little video of sort of setting up Mach 3 turn, that is, to a CNC lathe, and we'll have this little lathe back in action over the next week, because I've got slotted in a Thunder Laser video next, which I'll be filming tomorrow, ready for the weekend. So hope you like this short little video that I thought you might like to have seen, and well, there you go. So please like and subscribe, and if you like what I'm doing, you may consider becoming a patron to the channel. So thank you for joining me, and it's bye for now.